Hello and welcome to the video review of Transformers Beast Machine Scout Class Mirage. This is one of the first Vehicons that were in the toy line, actually, and it's actually one of the best. One of my favorite, at least, simply because it's a car. We didn't get any cars in Beast Machines. In fact, this guy would have been awesome. Okay, so imagine this. You have motorcycle drones, tank drones, and plane drones. Okay, when Megatron replaced the tank drones with tank drones and the jet drones with helicopter drones, he could have replaced the motorcycles with either cars. Really freaking fast cars. I mean, this is a Formula 1 car. This thing would just blow the hinges off of a motorcycle. That's just my opinion anyway. I always loved this figure. Now, over the years, the actual paint has faded quite a bit. This used to be a very, 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 very dark green, bordering on black. And it's faded to the point now where it's just a really dark forest green, which I kind of like the black green a little better, but beggars can't be choosers. So transformation for this guy is actually very complex. One thing to note is, before I get into the transformation, and actually it's part of the transformation, he does have a I can see you mode. Okay, there's the robot head. Zoom! Maximals must die! Okay, so transformation is, we're going to take the spoiler and fold it completely out like that. Then we'll take the front and unhook it and flip it up like this. Take these back parts, and these will form the legs, and just kind of flip them around. Then these parts will fold under and lock into place like that to form the feet. Oh, we got it backwards. We got to turn it all the way around there. To finish off the transformation, we're going to come back around here, grab this and spread them open, and then just fold out the arms. Take this whole back part and just lift it up so that things are into place. That forms flush on the back. Rotate the head around and down into place. Now you see how it went? You just kind of rotated it down and it just stayed there. That obviously limits his head articulation immensely, but what you end up with is a really cool little robot. I love this guy, and I just noticed that I have his whole entire hips transformed wrong. So there we go. I just love this guy. I think he's awesome. I don't care for the, okay, you've got a missile there and these little launchers that are the pressure launchers that don't do anything. But I understand why Hasbro did that. So I'm not that miffed about it. I would have loved if his fists were big enough so that he could hold these things like swords. That would have been awesome. Or if there's some way that you could attach them to his arms up here, that also would have been awesome, but they didn't. Oh well. So there is quite a bit of posability, but he is back heavy due to this huge plastic piece of, this huge chunk of plastic right here, but it's not too bad. One thing I did find out though, or one thing I figured out though, this would have been a perfect figure for the show because he had a built-in no need for feet mode. And all you do is kind of rotate that around like that. Or no, like all the other Beast Machines, Beast Machines villains, he could have been rolling on his own wheels. Now, I realize they weren't going to do that, but I always like coming up with that little mode for himself because I love this figure and I wanted to see him in the show. Unfortunately, he wasn't. The only real issue for this figure for me is the clear blue plastic. I just don't dig it. I do not care for it. And they stopped doing that later in the line, but this figure would be so much better with solid plastic. Now, I know there was a repaint of it, and I have the repaint somewhere in my parents' basement, and everyone's right. I was right. He looks significantly better with painted plastic up here. I get what they were trying to go for, but I just like the other paint scheme a little better. So, does this figure belong in your collection? Oh, hell yes. This figure you need to have, especially if you want to get a Beast Machines Vehicon set. This is an absolute must-get figure.